Was like 1 a.m. and you'd be like, the night is young. And now I'm like an old fogey that still stays up until 1 a.m. but is still like, it is so late. I'm so sleepy.
Mm-hmm. That's just life, man. That's what college is prepping us for those late night grinds.
True that. True that.
I still have to do. I have to edit this
Izzy.
after
no,
this.
She's there. Never mind.
No, she's there.
Yeah, just trying to remember how Skype works.
Yeah, you have to edit.
Okay. I still I have to edit this damn thing after this, and it's midnight.
Oh.
Because I will have no time to edit this tomorrow. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
It was a weird, diatribe about, how miserable life is. But anyway, Runaways.
We're just in Christmas hell right now. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Chris has a nice old job at Target. I work at a toy company that makes 50% of its profits in the fourth quarter.
I'm a student.
My job is just, insane. So all the students are done, and we're still here yes.
Yes.
Days.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Sarah just responded to a Snapchat being like, do you make a podcast? Like, do I?
You're a star.
A star. Okay. Hi, Izzy.
Hello, Izzy.
Hi.
Tell us about your credentials. Why are
we have a guest?
Hi, I'm Izzy. I barely missed Chris at Carnegie Mellon. And
yeah.
Chris is the child of Marvel. I'm the grandchild. The great-grandchild. Yes, great-grandchild.
Yeah, it was the Marvel Film and Media Studies Students College class,
Chris,
which...
I'm going to interrupt you. You keep putting your water down on the table.
Oh my god. Alright, where am I supposed to put it? On the floor?
Well, just don't make a sound.
Should I just hold on to it? Okay. Anywho.
You put it in your lap. It's bad for
just
the
between my
content.
legs. Whatever, I'm editing
call
this,
yourself
so
a podcaster.
I'll worry about
Sorry.
it. Yeah. Do you make a podcast? So yes, I bequeathed this class to Anthony Paone, who has been on these bad hair cut podcast. I almost forgot the name of this production company. Who then bequeathed it to Thomas Rasmussen, who then bequeathed it to Izzy. There's been a lot of bequeathing.
Wait, so were you the original?
I was the prime Marvel of CMU.
He was the Daredevil of this institution.
I'm the Tony Stark. I'm the Robert Downey Jr. of
RDJ.
Yes, yeah. Izzy, what kind of shows do you like and watch?
So I'm not gonna lie. A lot of my life has been robbed from. A lot of my TV life has been robbed from to Stuco. Because when I started, I'd watched no Shield, no Daredevil, no Jessica Jones, no Luke Cage. So that's been most of my life, and so I like those. I love Jessica Jones. I started watching Riverdale for the Stuco, and I kind of enjoy it. I'm not ashamed to admit now. Before that, I started watching Hannibal, which I think is still one of the best shows on TV. I started watching Orphan Black, which I really like. I started half of Stranger Things, but then Marvel
Orphan
TV
Black's fantastic.
Yeah, Marvel TV is slowly taking my life away.
You are literally Jessica Jones.
Yes, I am. No.
You dress up like Jessica Jones? You have met Jessica Jones.
Yes, I have. She's lovely.
You have been... Yeah, but you have, been in costume, but also you just dress up as Jessica Jones. Right?
It's literally just a G...
We make fun of you for that.
Should I send... Can I send you pictures? Yeah, I can instant message you.
It's not good
we
for
can't
the
really see
audio
it
medium,
in the...
but... Yes, you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
A verbal description of Jessica Jones.
So, like, I sort of like cosplayed like when I met her, which is pretty much like wearing like, a leather jacket and jeans, which I just had to buy the leather jacket, and I bought one for like $12. So I was like, okay, score. And so I met Jessica Jones dressed as Jessica Jones, and then also I read I read Runaways as a kid. I was like 12, 14, 15. And I realize now that I'm like, oh wait, Nico's a goth Asian. That's literally me.
When did the comics come out? Are they comics?
2000
Graphic novels, sorry.
It's like early 2000s, probably, right?
Okay.
I can't check.
Something like that.
Yeah, let me check. Like 2007, I would come to
Okay,
this
so,
out.
like, I always imagine these are, like, super old just because a lot of, like, the Archie comics go back so long and, like, a lot of other things go back so far. But Runaways is actually very contemporary.
Yeah, and it's still a lot of like reverence over it. Like a lot of people who just love the source material, who are just really psyched about this. So I imagine Izzy is that one of the three of us.
Yeah, whereas if you had not been like, will you watch this teen show with me, I probably wouldn't have watched it. Or I would have started watching as soon as people are like, oh, wait, if you like Riverdale, you'll like this.
Through the grapevine, I'm sure eventually. But I literally just grabbed you and was like, Raquel, you were watching this with me.
Well, because we don't really have very much in common as far as our like TV tastes go, because I exclusively watch bad TV.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, you do.
I mean, there was a period of time where literally the only TV shows I was keeping up on were The Fosters and The Bachelor.
I don't even... What the fuck were The Fosters again?
The Fosters,
I don't even remember.
The Fosters is a TV show. It's on ABC Family, now known as Freeform. And it's basically about a family with lesbian moms who take in foster children. And of course, like, they end up adopting the foster children, and then, like, one of the foster children falls in love with one of the biological sons, and then, like, half of them are adopted, and drama ensues, pregnancies happen, there's a school shooting at some point. You get it.
Oh my god, yeah, all the stuff that could possibly happen.
It's a great TV show.
Yeah, I will...
Not watch it.
Yeah. I will express interest, but ultimately not actually watch it. Maybe I'll scroll to the Wikipedia page.
It definitely has contributed to my ability to predict this TV show with such accuracy.
Yeah, with all of the tropes and the archetypes, I guess.
Yeah. Between, like, The Fosters and The OC and Gossip Girl and what other teen TV shows have I watched? I've watched most of them. I've been able to, like, know what's going to happen pretty consistently.
Most of the stuff on the CW and its predecessors, probably. And
Vampire
ABC
Diaries.
Family. Yeah, yeah. I'm kind of wondering if you'll like, because there's another Marvel show coming out next year on Freeform.
Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger, yeah.
Ooh.
Interracial romance is like that seems to be like the big thing that they're like like the promotional material. Everything's like black and white, like it's like constantly reminding you one's black, one's white, ebony and ivory. I don't know. Like
There's like no marketing for this show. And it's coming out in January.
There was that one trailer that came out for it that I thought was pretty interesting. I mean, it did seem like it seemed a little more intimate than what we know from Runaways, because like Runaways, there are so many characters, whereas like Cloak and Dagger is just like the two of them. Yeah. So I might be kind of into that. But yeah, I just want to see more of that. I'm wondering if being on Freeform is a big indicator of the tone of that show. They're kind of going for like a young adult tone, is what they were saying in interviews.
Freeform definitely is trying to be like the PC, like, let's teach you about sex ed, which is funny because they started with like the least PC show, or like the not like PC, but like the least educated show that like tried to broach these subjects and just failed, which is Secret Life of the American Teenager.
Laura was talking to, I think, was it Vore I was talking to about that show? Like literally like 2 days ago. But Shailene Woodley was in that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god.
I was talking to a coworker about it today, and we were talking about at what point we couldn't continue watching because it's so bad. And my point was, so she gets pregnant at band camp. Duh.
Yeah.
And then she's pregnant for the entire first season. She's getting ready to have her baby. And then her mom is like, okay, I'm going for this job interview. And she's like, what? Well, why are you going for a job interview? And the mom's just like, because I want a job. And she was like, but you're supposed to stay home and take care of my baby. And I was so furious that Shailene Woodley's character would assume that her mom would take care of her child that I couldn't continue watching.
Oh wow.
That's all.
That was the final straw. It seems like.
Yes, anyway, yeah. Freeform. Secret Life of the American Teenager. Should we talk about Runaways?
I thought this was the Star Wars podcast. Anyway, Last Jedi. I just got this book.
I'm watching it on Thursday. Guys.
I'm watching it, I think, on Monday or Tuesday.
I love this picture of Rey, of Daisy Ridley, and it says defensive stance right there. That's me. I'm very defensive. Oh, what was that? What was that noise?
I don't know. Naomi is here, and I think something just fell. BRB.
Oh my god. Hi, Naomi. Where are you at?
What just happened?
I can hear her.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Tell her Chris says hi.
No, it's not a problem. Nothing's delicate there.
Chris says hi.
That's delicate.
You want me to turn on the light?
Oh my god, I can't believe you haven't seen Star Wars yet, because there are things.
I know.
There are
And
things I want to talk about.
I love Looper. For a while, I'd put that down as my favorite movie. That was Looper, and I'm dying because I can't. I'm just supposed to wait. But yeah,
Man.
I'm seeing it on Thursday with my dad, and then I'm meeting with a friend who's already watched it, and we're gonna probably talk about it on Friday, along with a bunch of other nerdy things. Yeah. And hopefully I'll watch it. Have I told you?
Oh my god,
I'll probably,
there's some.
Am I in there? Is Kylo Ren in there? Most likely.
Hot Topic is Hot Topic in here.
Yeah, you remember that emo Kylo Ren Twitter account?
Yeah, I checked to see the accounts that account follows, and it only follows
Darth Vader.
some Darth Vader account and the Hot Topic official accounts.
I'll tell you guys.
I think is really funny.
So this is how I basically email Kylo Ren. So when the Force Awakens first came out, a bunch of my friends took this quiz oh, which Force Awakens character are you? And they got Rey, Finn, Poe. My best friend got General Leia. I got Kylo Ren. Mm-hmm. And I was already I was already at this very emo phase in my life. And so when that account came out, I'm I've ascended.
It's me.
It's literally me.
Have you done? They had that thing in Spotify when Force Awakens came out. It's it takes your music taste and it matches you with one of the Star Wars characters from any of the movies. So you had Anakin Skywalker, and it was all metal that you would listen to in middle school.
Oh.
And Kylo Ren was the emo shit, and then I had Finn, which is really awesome alternative stuff, because that's me. I'm also as incompetent as Finn, so I appreciated that.
Is that for
Runaways.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What?
So what happened was Naomi is sleeping here, and she was on the futon, and our coffee table is just a piece of wood balanced
with books
on top of a bunch of books, and she just knocked it all over. It's fine.
Did you tell her I said hi?
Oh, I didn't. Chris says hi. That's all. Okay. I don't think she heard me.
Oh boy.
So, Runaways.
What was the opening of this episode? Was it?
It's Chase. It's
Was it Spike?
It was a 25-year flashback.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It was Greg Sulkin through the years.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
it starts with
the stages
Spike
of Greg Sulkin
and Greg Sulkin's mom meeting.
Yeah, like nerds in college.
And he just like nerd sweet talked her. That actor looked like super familiar, but then I couldn't find who it was.
It did.
Right.
Yeah, I'll probably like look at it.
Didn't he look familiar?
Yeah, he looked like some guy. I just watched like The Office yesterday. It's like some guy from The Office. I was like, that's definitely not some guy from The Office, but like I just couldn't figure out like who it was.
He was the guy from The Thing. So then we fast forward to baby Greg Sulkin, right? And he's like
in the hospital.
Yeah, in the hospital, and he's like, "What do I do with the baby?" or something. I don't really remember what he said, but
he was like, "I don't know what to do with this, but like, this is the only thing that's important now."
Yeah. Oh, that was a phrase that came up. Like, this is the only thing important now. Like, I'm skipping ahead, but like Jonah was like talking about pride's the only important thing. But anyway, back to the opening.
So there's definitely some like theme about priorities in this episode.
And like,
yeah.
Well, like obviously.
Yeah. And then we get to abusive Spike. Like just smacking
right
child Greg Sulkin.
Chase is just becoming
shit.
a lax bro.
Yeah. And then
also, my note here was my parents would have never let me sit in the front seat at that age. Did you know that my parents didn't let me sit in the front seat until I was 13? And
I don't remember when I was. Well, yeah, that's interesting. I can't even think about like
coming of age thing for me.
Right. Wow. That's like a thing that I like totally forgot about. Interestingly enough.
Clearly I get off track. I took a lot of notes this episode because I had this really comfy setup where I like had my like wireless keyboard and I was sitting on my bed, and then I had on my big monitor Runaways was playing, and then on my small monitor I had my notes like zoomed in all the way so I could just type.
Yeah, you Snapchatted that to me. I was like, wow, that seems pretty comfy.
This was all chill. Because I was really grumpy about having to stay up late, even though I like to stay up late anyway.
Right.
Anyway, so what happens next? So now it like switches to Alex's room, and Alex's mom is like,
"Oh no! Present day Spike," and then he sees a message from the future from a bearded future Greg Sulkin. He's like, "Do not use the fistigons."
Bearded hipster Greg Sulkin.
Don't pick up the fistigons.
Yeah.
Hipster hot. He's
ominous
hot.
message. Yeah.
It was a good look.
Keep that Greg Sulkin.
Also, how do you spell fistigons?
Fistigons.
Oh, I was right. That feels so wrong. Are they called fistigons in the comics?
Yeah, they're like in, I don't know like how much. Like in the, I think they did it like really well. It's like in the comics, like he just like finds them and then just uses, like just learns how to use them like throughout the rest of the series. Like
so, okay. So his dad made them in the comics?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, he just like steals them, and then like in the show, like he actually designs them, which I think that's kind of cooler.
Yeah, I like all the changes. Like
it shows that he's.
Yeah, I like all the changes that they made to. I think that they made to like the Steins and their family. Unpopular opinion, I'm not the biggest fan of Jurt, but like I liked her in this episode at the same time. So, hello.
Of who?
You didn't like. You kind of broke up a little bit.
Yeah.
Who didn't you like?
No, I didn't like. I'm not a huge fan of Jurt throughout this series, but like in this episode, like she was like,
"Oh,
okay." So.
You say Jurt? Is it Gert or Jurt?
I say this Jurt. I don't know how it's actually pronounced. Like someone said it's Gert in the series. I'm like not.
It's Gert. It's 100%. It's Gert.
Yeah, in the show they say Gert, but like I'm sure like when you read it on the page, you might say Jurt like in your head.
Yeah.
Both of us
is
were like, wait,
canon.
What? No, yeah, they definitely. I like her. I think I relate to her too much. Probably more than I should. They also definitely, like looked into her kind of empathy and her ability for empathy a lot more, just because they focused more this episode on her relationship with Molly.
Yeah, it's like a also Molly heavy-ish episode at the same time.
It was a Molly heavy episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we kind of needed that because she kind of gets lost in, like, you know, what's happening with the older kids and all their
problems,
nonsense love stuff. Yeah.
Part of me, like, still doesn't believe that she's actually, like, 3 years younger than them. But whatever.
Yeah, I thought it was like 1 or 2 years.
Greg
but,
Sulkin sometimes like does not look like he's a high school student. He looks like college age, and I'm like, okay, this is fine.
I mean, Greg Sulkin's 25.
Yeah, like, can't help you there, buddy.
The thing is that where they messed up is that they've been trying this, like, new thing where they cast high school students who are, like, generally that age, like 17 to 19, to play high school students. Mm-hmm. And then they just occasionally, you can tell that an actor was like, I'll play that. And then they're like, yeah, sure. And then he's 25. And it's like, well, you're obviously 7 years older than everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, what happened after Bearded Greg Sulkin? Was that getting into Alex's room? Because because then they're getting ready for the open house, which was the... Yeah, that was the event that brought everyone together, even though we just kind of came out of another thing like that with the fundraiser.
I was so excited that they actually had a school-related thing, though.
It sounds like a high school.
I felt
job.
even though it was
seriously missing.
Yeah. Even though it was kind of like, you know, after school hours, but yeah, still you get to see, like, you know, the dance team and the down with the patriarchy dudes and no Wax Bros, although we did get the little moment of Spike, like, physically threatening
my god, you're right.
Wax coach, yeah.
That was...
Bringing that into it.
Trip. Oh my god,
Yeah.
everything that was going on with, like, Church Dad and Church Mom and Jonah and just...
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, there was a lot of movement there.
That was a lot to deal with. Like...
And, like, shit's still
and
going
then,
on
you know,
with Spike. Like, he's not cured.
Yeah, he's kind of, going through some symptoms over that magic serum that Jonah had.
Yeah, it's like, Dale, like, only got some on, like, his skin, and then he was fine after, like, a couple hours, and then was, like, super hungover and stuff. Like, Spike would have gone through, like, major withdrawals, and I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be really, really bad.
Yeah, he was going nuts, so it kind of reminded me, and this is, I think, where we're gonna lose Raquel, it reminded me of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with the Kree blood serum that, like, healed people, but it also kind of made them go nuts.
Yes! Oh my, that's the exact same storyline.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's the same alien blood, but, like, that did make me think, is Jonah a freaking alien?
I think he might be.
Because in, like...
Yeah, I hope... Because I keep getting worried when I see, like, that interview with the OC dude saying, oh yeah, they're not... Carolina is not an alien in this show.
In the comics, they're
but, like,
aliens.
I want her to be an alien, because, like, it just... Like, there are aliens in the MCU. That would just make sense. Which is why, like, last week I went on that kind of rant about, like, Nico's staff, like, just being, like, a science thing and not actually magic, even though there is actually magic in the Marvel universe.
That was,
like...
I saw, like, this... I saw this clip today, about, like, the Marvel narrative, and someone was speaking to, like, Quentin Peoples, I think, and Schwartz and Savage, and they were saying that they tried to, like... They're trying to extend, like, the first 3 bonds, like, the original run, like, throughout the series, like, as long as possible. And then they also tried to make it as, like, realistic as they could. So that probably explains, like, the more realistic, like, science-y magic approach. And, like, oh, they're really not aliens approach. But I think for this movie, you just gotta go, like, weird. Like, there's a dinosaur in this show, for God's sakes.
Yeah, like, there is a raptor in this show. Like, I can believe that there are also aliens and magic, because, like, there is precedence for that. So I get kind of, like... I get triggered whenever I hear realistic or grounded, because that's what they said about Iron Fist. and Iron Fist was a trash pile of nonsense.
Okay.
You mean my main man, Finn Jones?
Okay, I need
Oh
to
my
talk to you
God.
about that, because Finn Jones is not attractive in any sort of capacity.
Shots fired!
Some
Ooh, opinions had!
Some tweet called him
Were you
Richie
listening
Ramen Head. I'm
being
like,
like,
this is
these
great.
buffoons.
Accurate.
I'm sorry. I still think
Oh,
he's hot
man.
in that Subway poster, okay?
Whatever. Yeah, they're all like posing for an album cover that doesn't exist and looking as edgy as possible.
Oh my God.
It's like,
And I definitely
I really-
watched that album cover and was like, I don't give a shit about this, but who's that hot guy?
oh my god.
And I just had to
He's
share
literally
with the class.
he's literally the least hot out of the four
Yeah,
of them.
like, if you think that he's harder than Charlie Cox, then, like, you've got some problems. I'm sorry.
Mike Coulter, oh my
I
god.
do have problems. I admit, 100%. Like, have I talked about my ongoing joke with my friend Grace, where every single time
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mention-
Yeah.
I
think,
don't know if I've
I think
talked
when
about
the
it on the
debate
podcast.
first came up. Yeah, not to Izzy, but
Basically,
But yes.
every single time I mention being attracted to a tall white man, she takes away my wine.
I think I've
That's
heard you
the
mention
ongoing
this.
joke. Yeah.
yeah.
So I've definitely, take away my wine.
Okay, Finn Jones or bearded Greg Sulkin?
Oh, bearded Greg Sulkin.
Okay, all right.
Maybe.
Yeah,
All
probably.
right.
Probably. Beard.
I was about to say we're fine,
It
but I
depends
don't
which
know.
Finn Jones we're talking.
Which
Finn Jones, we're talking.
which iteration, which model of Finn Jones?
Like, is it Finn Jones from that Subway ad that I saw? Is it
Hobo
the,
Finn
like,
Jones?
Gay
Is
Finn
it,
Jones from Game of
like,
Thrones?
privileged Finn
Is it like
Jones?
super redheaded beard, ginger Finn Jones? But generally, I find Greg Sulkin to be a quite tasty man.
A tasty man will be the title of this episode. Anyway.
The Greg Sulkin Fan Club Part 2. Greg Sulkin's a tasty man.
Oops.
Yeah.
I find
Speaking of a
Greg Sulkin
tasty
to be
man, so there was a little more movement on the Hot Asian Dad affair.
Oh, it was so sad. All of my notes were like, I don't like this. I don't like this. This is really sad. Chris, I don't like this. You know I write you notes in my notes on the episode. I'm always like, Chris.
Like, addressed to me.
Like, literally, I'm like, Chris, do you
my
understand
God.
how tired I am right now? Chris, I don't like this episode. Chris, I was right about this, Chris.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm glad that I have like a presence like while you're watching the episode.
It also, like, doesn't hurt that, like, every single time I'm like, I have to save things to tell you.
Uh-huh.
Like if we didn't record the podcast, I would be texting you these things.
Right.
So I, like, write them down so I don't forget.
Yeah, this is our output of our hot takes of these episodes.
Literally.
I mean-
we also have to talk about Church Dad, but, like...
Yeah, he has the does he have powers, or were there like gloves that he gave them?
So
I couldn't
Jonah
tell.
gave Church Dad gloves that
Uh-huh.
are, like, I guess they're, like, serum gloves, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Oh, I guess so. Yeah. Does that mean that old man's gonna go crazy?
Or maybe just get a real bad hangover and then die.
Yeah.
And then it fucks things up for the church because they have to do, like, ritual sacrifices to keep these people alive after they...
So then, what?
Okay.
Is he like?
So
I was about to
Jonah-
ask, like, why is he doing this?
Jonah, like, uses these, like, fancy alien serums to keep himself alive. And then those last for an extended period of time, and then he, like, crashes. And every single time he crashes is when they need
More.
to use the, they need to have, like, a human sacrifice to, like, rejuvenate him.
This doesn't seem like a sustainable model for him, but that's what he
Generally,
needs.
I
Like,
think if you need a human sacrifice to survive, it's not a sustainable model.
yeah, 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 because it's just become like a pyramid of like just
Generally, in my
dead human
experience.
beings. I mean, we've all been there. So yeah, I was like wondering, like, why is he's like talking about how important, you know, Pride is, but he's also kind of like making some moves that's kind of like disrupting the status quo with, you know, like he must have known that healing Spike like would have resulted in some craziness, and like giving Church Dad the gloves would like lead to some inner conflict, and he's like telling what's Carolina's mother's name? He's like telling her like, you know, we gotta like keep it up. Yeah, we gotta keep this all together, you know, like, cause we're very important. Mm-hmm. But like there is utter chaos in this episode. I feel
like he's trying to establish himself and his power because he sees how much power Church Mom has.
Yeah,
and he's like, well, I need to make sure that she knows who's boss here.
Speaking of moves, can we talk about that photo that Frank finds?
Yeah, I was literally about to ask that. I was like, wait, was that... Who was the little girl in that? Was that...
I think that was Carolina.
That's Leslie. No, that's Leslie. That's Leslie,
what I
right?
thought.
Wait, Leslie's Church Mom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Holy
I
shit.
can check,
that's
but
gross.
Leslie.
Creepy, man. Oh.
Yeah, I was like... I need a minute.
Leslie.
I need that commercial break.
Yeah.
You need that sweet Hulu ad in which we hear Greg Sulkin talk about how much juice there is.
There's a lot of juice.
I got South Park ads.
Yeah, I wasn't getting.
Oh, that's really
I
interesting.
only got one juicy LA ad this time around.
I get the Lyft ads a lot.
You get the juicy LA ads
No, I get the Jordan Peele Tilda Swinton Lyft ads a lot.
They probably know that you like comedy.
Yeah.
And also Lyft, because it also sponsors Runaways.
Mm-hmm. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was Leslie. We're assuming. I assumed it was Carolina, but now that makes more sense that I was wrong.
Yeah, because Carolina probably would have recognized him.
I figured that his freak out would be about whether or not he was Carolina's father.
Right.
But now it makes more sense that he was like, why is this guy like traveling through time?
Yeah. I mean, they didn't... Oh, yeah. They didn't really address that, did they? With, like, Izzy the dad? Like, they didn't...
Of Carolina? Yeah, the D word.
Yeah. The dad.
I think it's, like, implied, because, like, she has his powers, he has these powers, like, so... Of course, I guess. Like, it's implied, like, after you meet
They're not the same powers, though, right?
I think, like, maybe when she gets older, like, they'll evolve into his. But right now, like, she's just a teenager, so now he just glows and flies.
NBD.
Is Jonah in the comics?
Not.
Okay, so he's a new dude.
Yeah,
Okay, so this is unknown territory we're reaching.
There's a lot of stuff that's new.
OC.
There's a lot of
that's
stuff
worked into layers.
I feel like this is all just This is like really elaborate Runaways fanfiction.
That's pretty much all the MCU, because they all like use the comics as a base, but there are no
true.
Nothing is a direct adaptation. Yeah. Like the same way like the Harry Potter movies are like direct adaptations, for example.
We just live in a world of fanfiction. That's all.
That's what Star Wars is now.
Mind blown. It's all fanfiction. And softcore.
Softcore.
This is a discussion that we were having like a couple days ago about Vore, and then Bryn leaves to go get on the subway, and then she like calls Laura to ask her something. Bryn and Laura are my roommates, and Bryn over the phone is just like, is getting on the subway and getting inside of this tunnel and then getting on this train a form of Vore? And Laura was like, I don't think so. And that was the end of the conversation. We're like, woo! Everything's fanfiction.
Fanfiction or Vore.
That'll be a new segment of the podcast.
No. That's another candidate for episode title.
Oh, I also wrote
fanfiction or
for your consideration. I also, for your consideration, everyone on this episode is high. Because of all the...
High on something.
Not just Nerdy Dad?
Yeah, he had some moments there. I was going to talk about Nico and her pestering of Alex, but also I was like, can we just talk about Nico's look in this episode? I think I Snapchatted everyone. It's like, what a hashtag look.
Yeah, it's like, that is, as like someone who's actually Nico Winora, I can't pull that off. If my mom was like a goth in her teens, she could pull that off. I cannot.
Was it your sister, Chris, last week who just said that her gender is goth?
I don't remember that, but she might have said that.
She definitely said something about her, like, being goth. No, this is a friend of mine who just really wants a goth girlfriend. And then I was like, really? A goth girlfriend? And they were like, oh, maybe it's just someone whose gender is goth. Like, male, female, goth.
So I Snapchatted that thing to a few other people, and someone instantly replied to me, Chris, we need to find you a goth Asian girlfriend immediately. Operation Find Chris, an Asian goth girlfriend.
I don't think you should. It'll be too much like you're in the middle of an anime. Like, you have, like, bluish-green hair, and then you'll get this, like, goth girlfriend, and it'll just be, like, deeper and deeper into becoming cartoon characters.
I'm committing to it. I'm getting further into the rabbit hole, and no one can stop me.
Oh, no. That's sometimes how I feel about my parents, except not being, like, goth, but more just, like, being these cartoon character old people. Like, these old cartoon nerds where, like, they do puzzles together. They do puzzles and go bird watching together, and my dad wears a beret.
Why do I find all that so funny? Just, like, the way you, like... It's just, like, whenever I thought you were going to stop describing them, you just keep adding more absurd details.
Oh, and this happened,
They literally, like, last week they were, like, in Argentina bird watching. They go on these, like, bird watching expeditions. I got them a puzzle board for Christmas, so it's this board that has little... my mom doesn't listen to this, so it's fine. It has little drawers along the side. I'm only a little bitter she doesn't listen. And so my parents, like, have their elaborate ways of doing their puzzles, and then my brother-in-law sent a package to our house and, like, texted my mom being like, I sent you a package, don't open it. And my mom was like, it was so weird, like, the dimensions of this package are, like, 3 inches thick and then, like, 3 feet by 3 feet, and I'm like, oh no. He got them a puzzle board, and I'm convinced that we both got them puzzle boards. Anyway, sorry, that was a tangent. You and your goth girlfriend are just going to become my parents.
I'll let you know the progress on the operation.
Yeah, and in the next couple episodes, I'll give you the update on whether or not my brother-in-law and I both got my parents the same thing for Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is next time on the Runaways recap.
Okay, what were you talking about?
Sweet Jesus. Okay, well, Nico was like, hey, how'd you know my mom's password? How'd you know my mom's password? How'd you know my mom's password? And I was like, oh.
Why is this okay, why was this the storyline? It's gonna be like, honestly, it's gonna end up like the time travel thing, or like after it's happened, like it's just gonna get like discarded / like thrown away, I'm pretty sure. Like,
I don't even remember how it resolved. I honestly don't remember off the top of my head.
I don't think it did.
Yeah.
I don't think it did get resolved. I was just sort of pissed that there was no steam in this episode.
Yeah, not a lot of steam. There was a lot of, there was, like, what's the opposite of steam?
Wind chill?
There's a lot of,
Ice.
What? There's a lot.
Chill.
Ice, cold. What's cooler than being cool?
Frozen rain. Sleet. Hail. Hail. The opposite of steam is hail.
Yeah, there was a lot of hail in this episode. Because, I don't know, there wasn't a lot of gay stuff, Carolina.
There was zero gay.
There was zero gay. There was, like, negative gay.
I for a second did think that Molly might be a young lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
Because Carolina was just so kind to her on her journey, and I was like, you're breeding.
No,
this is how it works, right?
I don't think
that's just like Carolina being
no.
Carolina. Like, she's just that's sweet.
The gay agenda, like I mean, that's what that is, right?
Yeah.
So, and I don't know. I mean, like Gert was kind of like pissy towards Carolina and Greg Sulkin, I guess, very briefly.
But then, like,
but
they
like,
seem
I
to
don't
like
know.
make up, like Gert and Carolina.
She's generally just. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I say I don't like her, but like that's also, I also think like she's like
I
her
think they're
comic self.
trying to make a love triangle where there isn't one.
Okay, yeah, they need to stop with that. Because I'm getting, that's like the only thing I don't like with the show, that this love triangle that they're trying to enforce on the show. Just because like, they feel like they need to.
When it's like,
Right.
come on, we know the love triangle isn't going anywhere. She's a lesbian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That needs to stop, please.
Spoiler.
Yeah, it's all kind of on hold right now. Like all of the steam on all fronts with the teenage characters on the adult side. I don't know, like hot Asian dad got shut down.
Oh, he got so dumped.
Yeah,
He got dumped,
oh man,
like via his daughter.
yeah,
That was a
was
really
such a
long,
bummer.
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, what happened after that?
I loved the hangovers, the Jonah microdose hangover. That was my favorite thing. I related. I was like, you and me, we're on the same page.
Oh, I think there was this.
I think I was like hungover like a while watching this episode, so I was like, yeah, me too.
Same.
I had a weekend.
Mr. York is everyone when they're hungover.
Oh, but like between Spike and Hot Asian Dad, like the amount of like really intense fragile masculinity that like was exchanged between them was so stressful. Mm-hmm. And like you knew, I spent the entire episode being like, this is only gonna go badly. This is only gonna go badly. This is only gonna go badly, and then it did.
It went pretty badly.
We haven't talked about like the biggest thing that happened.
I think we're like saving
that was
for
the
end.
closer.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
what haven't
before
we
we get
talked
to the
about?
closer-
And then we'll get to that.
I mean, y'all took the notes, so
We went over Hot Asian Dad. We went over like church dad stuff.
Yes.
yeah. Gert's parents are like, "Hey, you got a family member, Molly."
Oh, that was so sad.
That was
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
And Gert was like, "You have to go."
Yeah,
that was really
That was
heartbreaking.
sending you away.
Oh,
But like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
what do you think's gonna happen?
So, this is, as I said, like, this is very much delineates from the comics. I think she's gonna come back. I think when they find out, like, Spike's pretty much dead. I'm pretty sure he's dead. And they can't bring it back.
I 100% think he's
Yeah.
dead.
Rip. Rest in peace. I think,
Rip Spike.
yeah, I think
You
they're gonna,
died
like,
once in Buffy, you die again in Runaways.
I think she's probably gonna, they're gonna find a way to bring her back, I think. Or, like, I think the end of this show...
Oh, 100% she's gonna have some, like...
She's gotta do more super strength stuff.
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah,
that
she's
is.
gonna have, like, some type of hero moment where in a moment of adversity, she's gonna pop up and use her super strength
Yeah.
to, like, save the whole
I think
group.
the first
And
season
they're
is
gonna
gonna
be like,
end...
wow, we needed you all along. Thanks, Molly.
Yeah, that's probably how it's gonna be. I think, like...
So yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I think, like, I think the first season of the show is gonna end a lot like how the first volume ends.
Oh, don't tell us how it ends.
That's like my thought.
We don't know.
This is a no spoiler podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have like some
Yeah.
suspicions.
Just listen to our predictions and then blink
And then
twice if
pretend,
we're right
yeah.
and blink 3 times if we're wrong.
Smile and wave.
So is Jonah like the definitive bad guy of the show? Is that?
I think now that I'm fairly confident that Spike's going to be dead. So they're, like, kind of getting rid of the other, like, genuinely bad character.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think they've been trying to, like, create some type of healthy empathy with, Asian mom and church mom, which I'm surprised about. Or what's her name? Leslie.
Right.
Where they're trying to make us not hate them quite as much as we were before. But we'll see.
I really like Doug Tina.
Yeah, I
after
thought that was
episode, though.
Yeah.
Like when she's bonding with Nico. I'm like, ah.
Yeah. Nice looking private school. I don't know. Those dancers are kind of bitches, but whatever.
Always surprised by the concept of, like, schools that are outdoors. When you, like, walk through these, like, hallways that are just half outdoors because they're in California and they aren't protected for weather. Like, what is this concept?
There's a lot of juice.
A lot of juice. There's so much juice. Anyway, okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about that final scene.
Were you expecting that? Like, this is how like, you know, the beats, like, as, like, while you were watching the scene and, like, the beats were changing and it was, like, getting a little more intense, like, were you expecting, like, oh, someone's gonna die in this scene?
No.
Or did it just, like, it's, like
no
the second
one
it
ever
happened?
dies before the last episode of the season.
Marvel shows have been doing that a lot.
It's been
Good.
kind of...
I kind of respect that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think,
like, sometimes it's like, sometimes it doesn't go as well. Like...
Yeah, sometimes it kind of wastes. Like, they had Sigourney Weaver on the Defenders, and I thought they made a risk that did not pay off. Mm-hmm. Because, first of all, it's Sigourney Weaver. Why would you waste Sigourney Weaver in that way?
Yeah.
Luke Cage did that with Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, close enough.
And
what?
Yeah, and, like, they killed him off in halfway through season 1 of Luke Cage.
I love him.
And
that was a really good episode.
It was a good moment, but the guy who, like, replaced him as the villain was, like, not doing it for me. So, I don't know. I didn't really consider Spike to be, like, the main baddie of this show, so, like, I don't think it's going to be that same effect. But regardless, I was still like, wait, whoa, you went there. Whoa, Nelly.
I kind of like that because there definitely in these types of TV shows, there's this comfort in, like, knowing, like, oh, well, they're not going to kill off that character because that's a major character.
Plot armor,
and then sometimes they're like, JK, bye. like that's the thing about shows like Game of Thrones where they really will just, like, kill off everyone in one go. And you're like, no one can be trusted. So that's... I prefer it.
Yeah,
because
Walking Dead is like
Walking Dead.
Yeah, it keeps you on your toes. Yeah.
It makes it so that it's harder to predict the TV show, which is nice.
Yeah, I was confused by, like, that moment when he got shot because I thought he only got shot in the arm.
And then you see it's the heart, and you're like, oh,
okay.
You're dead.
Yeah, then I saw his face. It's like, oh wait, that's the face of a dead man right there. Right after she was, like, dumping Hot Asian Dad, and, like, the Hot Asian Dad was like, oh, you're like going through this cycle again, like, it's gonna be abusive again, and she's like, whatever, man, and then literally, like, the worst possible thing that can happen happened, and then she fucking kills him, like,
with the gun that Hot Asian Dad.
But, like, she took control of her life.
Oh, I forgot about that. You're right. I forgot that detail.
And he was like, just in case. And she was like, I'm not going to need this. Well, bitch, you did.
Oh.
Yeah. So then what is Jonah going to... What? Oh.
No,
what?
I was realizing, like, yeah, the gun that he gave her, like...
Yeah.
Wow.
I care about two storylines here. The love triangle... 3 storylines. The love triangle, the lesbian, and Hot Asian Dad. Mm-hmm. And all the
steam.
The steam.
The trifecta of
I've been
steam.
spending a lot of time with my friend Lindsay, and whenever we go into bits, we end up going into these really thick Long Island Brooklyn accents. And I just felt myself go into it again.
Yeah, like,
The hot
slowly-
Asian dad, the steam,
Oh, whenever I
the
go to
love
Manila,
triangle.
whenever I go to Manila, I like hear myself reverting into like a Filipino accent. I'm like,
I do that. I did that this summer.
oh my god, it's really
Oh my
bad.
God.
Apparently, I just revert into Brooklyn.
We should get Lindsay on this podcast, even if they. Like, I assume they don't watch the show, but like that would be funny just to have like just to have Lindsay just saying things, like just react and like reacting to us.
Our current bit. Lindsay works with me, and Lindsay also went to Carnegie Mellon, and our current dumb bit is, well, we have two current dumb bits. One that's super anti-religious, so there's your warning, and the other one that's just dumb, where the first one is about how Jesus was really pissed that the three kings were 12 days late to his birthday. He's like, don't you know that I'm Jesus? Like, I'm the fucking son of God. Like I'm Jesus. Like, from the Bible. Like, how could you be late for my birthday in like 12 days? By the time 12 days have gone by. And the other dumb bit is about how you can only have sex on January 3rd. And it's the January 3rd birth control. You got Mirena, you got Zyla, you got the Nuva ring, and then you have January 3rd. That one doesn't make as much sense without backstory.
Yeah, that one did not register as well.
There's a long backstory about like this family of 6 that I went to high school with, where like 4 of them had the same birthday, and Lindsay was like, "Wow, they really got frisky all at the same time." And we were like, "It's the January 6th birth control. You don't get pregnant this year. You wait until next year." Anyway.
Dear Lord.
Jesus
okay,
next
week we'll have Lindsay on.
Now you gotta make that happen.
Dear Lord.
Is there even a new episode next week?
What's that?
Is there a new episode next week?
Yes.
Yes?
Wait. I actually don't know that. I mean, I don't know if they take off. Does Hulu take off for Christmas?
Runaways waits for no one. Also premieres December 26th, so it's like right after Christmas.
Yeah, like I'm not working that day.
So at least they're not as late as the Three Kings.
Oh yeah, Chris, want me to send you the syllabus for next year, next semester?
Oh dear Lord, I that's gonna be a nightmare, I assume.
Do you want me?
Because like you still have this. Because like here's the thing about this class, like they're the same number of weeks, but like there are more Marvel content that just keeps coming out. So like you have to just keep fitting it in
exponentially.
And so I'm glad that I got out of that by graduating, but y'all have to figure that out, but logistically.
No, the fall's gonna be so much worse because Infinity War comes out, and then Black Panther comes out, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out, and then all the TV shows.
Souls. Yeah.
I'm getting stressed just hearing.
I'm going
this.
to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what year are you?
I'm a sophomore.
Oh, you
baby.
Sweet baby.
I'm not the baby anymore. My co-teacher's a freshman now.
Yeah.
Wait,
oh my god,
so
you were the senior.
Wait, you were a senior in high school and we were seniors in college?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I assumed we overlapped by a little bit, but we didn't. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Cool. Mm-hmm. So, Chris, before we wrap this up, because I gotta hit the hay. It's 1:18 a.m. What are your predictions?
I mean, what is Jonah gonna do? Because was he hoping that this craziness would happen? Because if he did intend this, then good job, my dude. I mean, oh my god, because it was just such a left field thing that I couldn't even begin to think of the repercussions, because this will affect everyone and everything. He's dead, man. He's dead.
I feel like Jonah's just gonna be like, bad people die sometimes.
I'm the captain now.
And it had nothing to do with my serum. But I'm sure Greg Sulkin's gonna figure something out, because he's like,
Yeah.
those mood swings were just way more... Yeah, because basically what the serum did was make his mood swings, like, way more intense.
Yeah.
Like, before it had just been like, I'm gonna punch you in the face, and now it's like, no, I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna kill you, yeah. I
What's
guess
gonna
we'll
happen with
find
the
out...
lacrosse team? Are they
what's
gonna
gonna
let Greg
happen
Sulkin
with...
keep playing on the lacrosse team?
Yeah. Yeah, what's gonna happen with the password? We find out where he got the password from.
I bet the
where's the
password
raptor?
has something to do with Nico's sister.
It's gonna be like Nico.
Amy,
It's
I
gonna be
think.
Nico or
Nico's
Amy.
sister's gonna be involved.
It'll just be I heart Amy. Less than 3 Amy.
Did you see me do that?
Yeah, I did see you do that. Thank you.
I just Drew. Less than 3.
Where is the raptor? Because I have not seen the raptor in a while. I want to see the raptor.
But the Raptor's gonna come back in episode
actually.
10.
CGI budget, I
They
guess.
also figured out some... They figured out some dumb pseudoscience about the, like, helixes of Jonah's DNA. So where's that going to come from? You just roll your eyes every time there's something that's not
I just
magic.
hate it. I hate it. Well, I don't like it
explain
when
things.
sci-fi. No. I was going more at the actual serum thing. Like whenever they just have like magic healing blood as a trope, because that just kind of like has the potential to ruin the foundation of the entire show. Because like whenever someone gets injured or dies, you're just like, oh, just bring out the magic blood, you know. And then they always have to like write some stupid reasons. Oh yeah, we can't use this because of I don't know, something stupid.
The side effects.
So I just always,
The withdrawals.
the side effects and withdrawals like made it more interesting and less like of a stupid plot device. Because it had consequences. We saw them. He's dead.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? What else are we missing? We talked a little about like what we think will happen with Molly, so I think we covered that.
She's going to go, but she'll come back in the 10th episode.
No,
The season.
I think
finale.
I think Old Lace will come back in the. Oh, have they named the Raptor yet?
I don't think. I just at this point I don't. And they just found out that it's a she. I think, right?
Yeah, they haven't named her.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
oh well.
It's just nose ring raptor.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't spoil things.
Yeah, that slipped out. But like,
It's just the
no, the
name.
Raptor I think is going to come back in the 10th episode. But I think Molly will come back like probably next episode or so. Like probably like in the episode, like you'll see her like by herself, and then like see her like fight her way to get back home or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The raptor will kill Jonah.
I would
Bold
love
prediction.
that.
So
Just
this
eats his
episode was
face.
very plot heavy, which makes me think that like next episode is going to be more relationship heavy. Like they're going to look back at the love triangle. They need to talk about. Well, they have to figure out so much shit with Hot Asian Dad and like Spike, and then also ooh, Gert's gonna take care of Greg Sulkin. They're gonna like soothe each other. I think next episode something's going to happen because Molly's going to leave, and so Gert's going to be stressed, and then Greg Sulkin's dad just died, so like he's going to be stressed, and the two of them are going to.
Yeah, Caroline will have like
Steam?
her own
There
problems.
might be, I
so,
think
like,
there'll be baby steam.
Baby steam.
so, like,
Just a little mist.
it's like a little tea. It's like a little tea.
Yeah.
No hail.
Just
No
tea.
hail.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many potential episode titles for this.
What was the first one?
A tasty man.
Greg Sulkin is a tasty man.
I forget the second one.
Was it everyone? Was
I
it?
forget the second one.
Was it mine?
We'll see.
Everyone on this
We'll
episode is
find out.
high.
Surprise me.
That might be the third
Yeah.
one. I think there was a second one.
Oh,
in
it was
there.
about Vore.
Oh, the Fanfiction or Vore. I kind of like that one the best right now.
Oh no. Should we wrap this up?
Yes.
I gotta go.
Yeah, but
Yes,
that's the
we
point.
shall.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
and I checked Wikipedia, and it looks like the next episode is indeed airing on the 26th of
yeah.
December.
Yeah,
so
only one
we
day
will-
late for Jesus.
Whoa.
I
Oh yeah.
won't be able to watch it until a little bit. We'll talk about this after we stop recording.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Our listeners won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on the episode, Izzy.
Yeah,
because
I'm joining.
Very happy.
you're gonna go places
Go to
Thanks for giving
in the coming
your-
weeks, correct?
Asia and Australia. The Eastern Hemisphere.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, can I get a quick
A what?
quick few hot takes from you?
On
What were my multiple question hot takes? You already gave your
Something about
Noah
Justin
Finn
Bieber.
Jones opinion. Oh yeah, Justin Bieber. Would or would not bone?
would not.
Okay, thank you.
That is all. You can go now.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.